all, we will discuss what is database access control, objectives of access control, authentication and authorization, different access control model. Then we will move toward malware, viruses, worms, Trojan, phishing. Database access control is a mechanism used to control who can access data and what operation they can perform. The main goal is protecting sensitive information. For example, in university database store student marks and attendance. In banks, database store account balance and transactions. In hospital, database contain patient medical record. If unauthorized user access this data, student may change grades, financial fraud occur, patient privacy may be violated. That is why access control is necessary. Access control ensure only authorized user can access data. User only perform allowed actions. For example, a student may only view marks but cannot edit them. There are four major objectives of database security. These objectives are important in cyber security. The first one is means protecting data from unauthorized access. It means that only authorized person should access sensitive data. For example, only teacher should access exam paper before exams. If hackers steal confidential information, organizations may suffer huge losses. The second one is integrity. Integrity means data should remain accurate and correct. Unauthorized users should not modify information. For example, a student should not change marks in database. Integrity ensure trustworthiness of data. Availability means authorized users should access the system whenever needed. For example, ATM system should work 24 hours a day. If system become unavailable, business operations stop. Accountability means tracking user activities. The system record login attempts, data changes, and failed access attempts. This help identify who perform certain action. For example, if marks are changed illegally, logs help identify the responsible user. Now we discuss two important security concepts: authentication and authorization. Authentication means verifying identity. Common authentication methods are username and password. This is the most commonly used method. And biometrics such as fingerprint, face recognitions, and iris scanning. And smart card used in secure organizations. And multi-factor authentication. These combine multiple methods, for example, password plus OTP code. Multi-factor authentication is more secure because even a password is stolen, attackers still need two-second verification method. Authorization means deciding what action a user can perform. The system asks, what are you allowed to do? For example, a student may only view marks, a teacher may enter marks, a admin may change the whole database. Common permission include select for read data, insert, add data, update to modify data, and delete for remove data. Authentication identify the user while authentication determine permission while authorization identify the user. Recording means record all activities in the system. The system maintain logs of successful logins, failed login, data modification, and user activities. Auditing help organization to detect attack, investigate incidents, and improve accountability. For example, if someone delete record, audit logs show who did it and when. Encryption convert readable information into a cipher text. Only authorized user can decrypt it. Now we discuss access control model. The first one is DAC. In DAC, the owner of data decide who can access it. For example, a researcher share research file with another researcher. या professor grant another professor access to research file. The advantage of DAC is too easy to implement and flexible, and the disadvantages is DAC has weaknesses. Permission may spread unintentionally. Also, malware can misuse user permission. The second model is mandatory access control. Mandatory access control is strict than DAC. Permissions are controlled by system administrator, not by user. This is a common use in military system and government organizations. Mandatory access control use classifications such as public, confidential, secret, and top secret. Public means वो डाटा जिसको हमने publicly शो करवाना होता है. कॉन्फिडेंशियल डाटा रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू असेस होता है आम लोगों के लिए. सीक्रेट को हम हाईली रिस्ट्रिक्ट करते हैं और टॉप सीक्रेट को हम मैक्सिमम प्रोटेक्शन प्रोवाइड करते हैं. Advantages is very strong security and prevents unauthorized information flow, and the disadvantages is less flexible and expensive to manage, but it is highly secure mechanism. Now we discuss the most important security mechanism is role-based access control. Role-based access control is the most commonly used security model today. Instead of assigning permission to individual user, permission are assigned to roles. Uh, then user are assigned to these roles. For example, teacher role, student role, and admin role. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर एक यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर 500 स्टूडेंट्स हैं और 100 टीचर्स हैं तो हर इंडिविजुअल को रोल देने में काफ़ी एक्सपेंसिव होगा और काफ़ी टाइम लग जाएगा. तो हम क्या करते हैं कि वी क्रिएट रोल्स हम रोल्स क्रिएट करते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल स्टूडेंट रोल, टीचर रोल, एडमिन रोल, देन असाइन परमिशन टू रोल्स. फिर हम उन रोल्स को परमिशन असाइन कर देते हैं. दिस अप्रोच सिंपल and improve security and reduce errors. That is why role-based access control is widely used in organizations. For example, यहाँ पर Ali is a teacher, Sarah is a student, and Ahmed is a admin. तो अली जस्ट डाटा को अली जो टीचर है जो डाटा को इंसर्ट कर सकता है. तो सारा स्टूडेंट है जो सिर्फ मार्क्स व्यू कर सकती है और एडमिन के पास फुल एक्सेस होगी सिस्टम की. Role-based access control has four important components: user, role, permission, and session. User, people using the system, for example, student, employee, and manager. And the roles means represent job responsibilities. For example, teacher, accountant, administrator. Permission allow actions, for example, read, write, update, and delete. And the session is the connection between user and active role. For example, a user may activate different roles during different session. SQL provide commands for managing permission. The two important commands are grant and revoke. ग्रांट इज यूज टू प्रोवाइड परमिशंस कि ग्रांट को हम परमिशन देने के लिए यूज करते हैं और रिवोक को हम परमिशन रिमूव करने के लिए यूज करते हैं रिवोक आर यूज टू रिमूव परमिशन फॉर एग्जांपल ग्रांट सिलेक्शन insert on student to teacher. This allow teacher to read record and insert record and revoke insert on student from teacher. This remove insertion permission. So privilege can control select read data from tables insert add new record update modify existing data delete remove record and execute run store procedures. Now we will discuss about the malware security. Malware security means malicious software. It is designed to damage system, steal information, spy on user, and gain unauthorized access. Cyber criminals use malware for financial theft, data destructions. What is malware? Malware is a software designed to damage systems, steal information, spy on user, and gain unauthorized access. There are different types of malware. Viruses, infected file, and spread through user action. Worms spread automatically through network. Trojan look like useful software but contain malicious code. Spyware monitor user activities. Uh, Rootkit hides malware from detection and bot perform automated attacks. APT Advanced Persistent Threat is a highly sophisticated cyber attack. Attackers secretly enter a network and remain hidden for a long period. APT attacks are organized, targeted, and stealthy. Common goals include government, military system, and large corporations. APT attacks are dangerous because attackers may remain hidden for months, even a year. APT attack can cause financial loss, data theft, national security threat. Organizations prevent APTs using employee training, intrusion detection system, multi-factor authentication, and continuously monitoring and security updates. Cybersecurity is not one-time process, it requires continuous protections. Now we will discuss about the virus. Virus is a malicious code. There are different types of virus like bootstrapper virus, infect boot records, file infectors attached to executable file, microvirus, target document micros, and polymorphic virus change code to avoid detections. Virus may corrupt data, delete file, slow down system, and cause crashes. Users should avoid opening unknown files. Worms are standalone malware. Unlike viruses, worms spread automatically through network. They exploit vulnerabilities in system. Uh, we will discuss about the spams and trojans. Spam emails are bulk emails for advertisement, scams, phishing, or malware delivery. Trojan horse is a software with hidden malicious code. Example fake antivirus program, crack software, how we prevent download software from trusted sources, avoid suspicious emails, and keep software updated. In conclusion, database security and cybersecurity are extremely important in today's digital world. Organizations must implement strong authentication, proper access control, malware protection, and security monitoring. Without cybersecurity, sensitive information can be stolen or destroyed. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Hans Khalid, lecturer of computer science and information technology. Today we will discuss about the important topic in information security called database access control and malware security. This lecture has two main parts: database access control and malware and cybersecurity threats. By the end of this lecture, we will understand how databases are protected, how user permissions are managed, what is malware, different cyber attacks, and how organizations defend against these threats.